Hi, I'm Joey Villani, and I'm going to answer a couple questions for you guys here. So first, I love the world of dog grooming because I'm going to tell you a secret here. I didn't always like the world of dog grooming. I was born into it. I was 9 years old. It was childhood slave labor, and it's physical, and it's intense, but I always loved pets, so that made that part easy. You have to be a pet lover. Once I became a true groomer, and I wasn't just a bather, and I wasn't just a helper, and I wasn't the runner that went out and got coffee, it's very, very gratifying. Gratifying in the sense that, you know what, a lot of these pets come in, and they don't feel good, and they don't look good, and you make them beautiful, and they sense that, and they're happy, and then the client comes back, and the client is super happy, and everyone's happy, and then it's financially rewarding. If you do this right, you can make good money in this. This industry has been very, very, good to me, I should say. How and when did I advance into the world of judging? Well, the world of judging, I think, found me. I had already done everything in the industry. I owned salons, I owned schools, I was in competition. I kind of did a little bit of everything. So the next stage was really, the natural stage was judging. It came real easy to me, and I think it was in the mid-90s, I'm going to say, when I became one of the founding members of the International Judges Association, IJA. It was the first panel system, so it was a way where, you know, judges had to discuss placements, so there couldn't be one person making a decision that could, you know, change these people's careers. So that's when that started. And I think I judged probably most of the judges that are judging today. I judged them when they were groomers, so I've been doing this a long time. 3, I have judged dog grooming competitions I've judged them all over the world. Listen, I had a great pedigree. Shirley Kellstone, the most famous and successful groomer in the world, she was one of my mentors. So she took me all over. So I've been to Italy, I've been to France, I've been to Belgium. I've judged the Tournament of Champions, hosted Tournament of Champions at that time. I've judged Hershey. Time and time again. It's the largest grooming competition in the world. Super Zoo, Intergroom, which is now my event. I think I've judged probably almost every, excluding maybe a few, grooming competition in the United States and a few all over the world. Okay, describe the world of dog grooming competitions. Dog grooming competitions are definitely unique, to say the least. We have a lot of characters in pet grooming, in case you haven't noticed that. But it's fun, you know, it's a family, it's a small, even though this industry is, you know, very popular all over the world, it's a very, very small group, and it's a family. And usually you get to know these people, and you get to know their lives and their families and what they're going through. And a lot of these competitors go through a lot to get to where they have to get to. So it's very competitive, it's a lot of fun. And you know what, when we get together for these weekend events, it becomes like a big family reunion. Okay, what's the weirdest and funniest thing I have seen at a dog grooming competition? Ooh, well, one stands out, and I'm gonna tell you what that is. So one time we were judging a competition. It was at a small show, and it was levels. And so you had the people on ground level, middle level, and upper level. And this one particular woman was at the end of the second level, and one of the other judges came up to me and said that, I don't think whatever number she was, contestant, has any underwear on. And I said, it doesn't have any underwear. How would you know? She said, because she's on the second level and we can see right up. So went over, and of course you can see everything. And I'll be honest with you, if her dog was as trimmed as everything I seen, she probably wouldn't have won the competition. So of course, it's always send Joey. Joey will take care of it. Joey will take care of it. So you have to tell her. Why do I have to tell her? She said, well, no, we can't. I can't say anything. Make a long story short, I go up to this girl and I say, hey, we have a problem. I'm whispering to her as she's on stage grooming. And the only ones up there are competitors and judges. And she goes, what's the problem? And I go, you don't have any drawers on. And she goes, what do you mean? I said, your underwear, you're not wearing any. She goes, I know. She goes, what's the problem? The problem is you are winking and smiling at everyone out there, but from down below. Oh my God, what am I gonna do? I don't know. She goes, well, I don't want to stop. You know, I worked a long time. She goes, to get to this point. I said, well, what if we send somebody with you, because we don't want them going alone, because then the competitor can talk to someone to change their grooming. And you go to your hotel room and you get your panties and you put them on and you come back. We're not going to give you the time that you lost, but you can continue to compete. Anyway, she comes off stage, runs out, get someone real quick, run to the hotel room because it was closed, came back, and she ended up competing. Unfortunately, she did not place. Her dog wasn't as well trimmed as everything else. So that was probably the strangest thing. When judging, I look for what things. Okay, so here the ones that are common sense. Okay, you want to look at the style. You want to look at the degree of difficulty, because if someone comes in with the dog that only needs this much coat taken off, and someone that comes in with this much coat, sometimes, I'm going to say sometimes, because sometimes even taking off a little bit of hair is or coat is difficult. But that could change when you have people that are very similar as how difficult the job was they came into. Then you want to look at the profile. What best describes that breed's profile? If somebody's doing a poodle and the haircut looks great, but it's not in the profile, I have to take that into consideration. And then the technical skills, okay, how good was the clipper work, how smooth was it, the scissor work, the prep work in the coat. So there's a lot that goes into it. And to be quite honest, when everyone is equal, unfortunately, it's going to come down to judges' preference, because that's the only thing left, okay? So if you have a dog that's out there and everything's equal and it's just flashier and it just looks better, you kind of have to put that up because everyone is seeing what you're seeing. But ringside judges sometimes are the worst, because until you put a comb on that dog in the ring, you can't tell how good it is. Sometimes the best dogs from outside the ring don't even place. Okay, how do I handle a difficult competitor? I don't look at any competitors as difficult. They are competitors, and that's exactly what they are. They are competing. They are athletes, just like anyone else. They don't want to lose. And I'm not saying that they're poor sports, because they're not, but sometimes they think that they did a better job because of X, Y, and Z. You have to sit there and you have to listen to them, but ultimately you have to explain to them why you made the decision you made. Any judge that says because and cannot give an answer is not a good judge. I have to be able to give them an answer, and sometimes it's not the thing that they want to hear. Sometimes you say, frankly, that grooming was just better than yours. It was better technically. It was better, had a better profile. It was degree of difficulty. And I'm not going to say they're going to always agree with me, but they're going to respect your decision that way. How do I handle giving difficult feedback? No feedback is difficult. All feedback is constructive. And I'm going to be honest with you, anyone that gets up and goes in that ring, to me, they have guts. And you know what? They should be honored. And I don't care how poorly the dog is groomed. They're there because they feel their work is good. And you want to know something? If you feel that you're that good and you could stand in that ring, then all you need is some constructive criticism to get you over the hump. And even if everything's bad about it, it's okay, because a lot of times people go in the ring and they go into the wrong dog. The dog is never going to win because the dog doesn't have a good coat. It doesn't have a good profile. There's no way you're going to make this particular dog look as pretty as it needs to be in a ring. So I'll tell them straight out, you know what? You did a great job, but honestly, if it was me, I wouldn't compete with this particular dog anymore because of X, Y, and Z. So again, there's nothing difficult about it. You tell them how you feel, and one thing I will never do is I will never discourage anyone unless they are abusive. Now, abusive groomers, if you're heavy-handed, I am going to disqualify you immediately, and a lot of times I'll tell you to leave the ring, okay? You cannot be abusive. I definitely will give somebody the benefit of the doubt, because sometimes things that look abusive aren't. But if the general public's perceiving something, you have to say something, because sometimes it's just game face. But you have to let them know that, you know, people are looking at you, mind your P's and Q's, you look like, you know, you're being a little heavy-handed. And then if they do it a second time, you kind of have to, you know, let them know, unfortunately, we need you to leave the ring. And I've only had to do that, I think, once or twice in my judging career, but that's it. So I hope I answered all your questions, and if you have any more, please let me know. I'd be happy to do another one. Thank you, and have a great day.